This is J. Krishnamurti's fourth discussion with students in Malibu, California, 1968.
I don't know if one sees the importance of really being free from fear. I think most of us put up with it. There is fear in most of us. We accept it and we abide with it. We kind of dodge it, find some excuse or run away from it, but it's always there. And I think it is one of the factors of distortion, perhaps the major factor of distortion of the mind. So it is really quite important to be free from fear, because that it is fear that makes us imitate, conform, accept authority, become respectable, and so on. So I feel it is terribly important that we understand this fear completely, and whether one can be wholly free from it, right through our being. We will discover that as we go along, not only at the conscious, obvious level, but also deep down in the very roots and in the secret hidden places. So we'll continue with where we left off. We said yesterday that the pain of yesterday causes fear that it might recur tomorrow. And this fear is the product of thought. That's what we said. And also, thought produces pleasure. Not produces, sustains pleasure, gives a duration, a strengthening, a continuity to pleasure. And we went a little bit into it, perhaps we can go into it this morning, that pleasure and fear, pain are the same. That's hard to accept, because most of us want pleasure and avoid pain with all its implications of fear and so on. That's where we left off yesterday. So what is one to do? The mind sees fairly clearly that the pain of many days which has passed, how that past pain creates or brings about the future pain through thought. Okay, shall we take that up first? Go into it thoroughly. How the past casts a shadow not only in the present but also in the future, especially in the future. Right? Can we go into that? The experience of pain or of pleasure leaves a mark on the mind or on the brain cells. The brain cells say, for goodness sake, be careful. Don't let it happen again. But thought introduces quite a different factor. The brain cells have had pain, know what pain means. Do they cause fear of tomorrow, for tomorrow's pain? I don't know. Is it the brain cells themselves that cause fear for tomorrow because they have an experience of pain in the past? And so one has to ask if the brain cells themselves cause this fear, or thought which has remembered the pain and projects that pain in the future and is afraid of that pain. I don't know if...
But the thought remembering the pain is the brain cells which has recorded it.
Go slowly, sir, I know all that. Go slowly, don't jump to any conclusion. I'm not jumping to any conclusion. I hate conclusions. We are investigating. The brain cells remember. They are the storehouse of memory. That's perfectly all right. Why should it be there? That's normal. I don't know if you're...
But, Krishnamurti, don't the brain cells react to a stimulus? They just don't feed out information for no reason. We don't think about pain if we're comfortable and happy.
No.
Therefore, something that starts them working.
That's what I want to find out. What it is that starts them working. Please, go slowly. Don't invest. Let's explore it. As we said yesterday, there is no teacher and pupil. We are both the teacher and the pupil. Then it is yours, not mine. Then you will be free of everybody if you can find out for yourself. The brain cells record the past incident as pain. They must record, otherwise there is no basis for any reasoning. They must record. What takes place, rather, the recording is not pain, the future pain. Right? I don't know if you mean.
You mean the recording is not fear, sir?
I mean, fear. Recording is not fear. I record that you have flattered me. But I derive pleasure from it. And I want to meet you again as a friend who will flatter me a little more. And there the trouble begins. The recording of a fact is not in itself the cause of fear. Right? So I'm discovering something. So go on slow. You see, you're not investigating, I am. So I've learned something. The recording of a fact does not contribute to fear. That's obvious. Look what's taken place. So what is the factor that causes fear? not the recording. The physical recording of a precipice, we said was intelligence. Right? Here the recording of a past experience which was painful, that's perfectly right. The recording is intelligence.
Is it also the valid learning of which we were speaking last night, the real learning, not the neurotic learning?
No, of course. We accept that. We are not here, any of us neurotic, are we?
No.
I hope not.
All of us are neurotic.
Including my... What a question to ask. That's perfectly right? So I want to find out what is the factor that introduces fear. Not the recording, not the experience, which is recorded as pleasure and pain. That must be. Otherwise, the brain cells would die. They are paralyzed if they don't record. That's simple. Now, what causes fear? Surely thinking about it. Right? Thinking about that incident, that experience that caused pain. Or thinking about that experience which gave pleasure and wanting it tomorrow, repeat, wanting it again tomorrow. So, thought causes fear. You see what we have found? An awful lot we have discovered. The computer is not afraid. It holds memories, as we saw the other day. But the human factor is thought, which introduces fear. Right? Right, sir? I think that's clear.
Doesn't this thought come, though, sometimes without a conscious effort? It seems to me that the experiences of the past, of pain, causes a stressor in the nervous system which causes these thoughts to appear in the present automatically. It isn't as if I have to think, now I better be afraid,
No.
It just comes up.
Comes up.
Without my doing
Why?
anything about it.
Why do they come up?
Isn't it terribly intimately connected or parallel with the self-preserving intelligence which we spoke of, which sees a new thing and possible danger, and therefore... That's normal, healthy. Yes.
We agreed to that.
But that is so close to say something new presents itself. Well, instantly my reflexes are to search in the memory bank, to see if I know what this is and therefore how to deal with it. Now that is both a almost organic, self-preserving mechanism.
We said that.
And yet it's also the same process as thought that leads us astray. If we could see the difference.
That's clear. So it's this thin line between normality and abnormality. Abnormality is fear. Normality is to retain that experience. We can't help it. The brain cells hold that experience as danger. Don't. And watch out. It is bound to tell me that. But I want to find out where thought comes into it, where fear comes into it. Is it the nerves? Is it the whole,
But does the recording of the thought, does the recording of the on the brain cell give rise to the thought?
So there are two things involved in there. The recording, which is normal, otherwise I would be throwing myself over the precipice all the time. Right?
Yes, well, do we start that everything is recorded?
Must be.
Yes, all right.
Otherwise, you wouldn't call it an experience. Would you?
Registered.
That which has been registered is an experience.
And that's recorded on the brain.
That is recorded in the brain. That's even the scientists, all the rest of it, all that
So
stuff.
the minute it's recorded on the brain cell, it gives rise to thought.
It is?
It gives rise to thought?
So there are two questions involved in it. Whether an experience need be recorded, and finished with the experience immediately as it arises, investigated, understood, and not recorded.
You mean psychologically, not factually?
Yeah, psychologically.
In terms of pleasure and pain.
In terms of pleasure and pain. What?
A thing records itself in the memory involuntarily.
Yes,
Whether understood
but
or not.
let it, moment I think, a second about it, it's already crystallized.
When it's happening or afterwards?
Afterwards.
You mean psychologically crystallized or crystallized as a little something?
Now let's be, are we both talking of the same thing? Let's be clear, right? There is an experience of pain. A snake bites me. There is the experience. It is recorded, and so the future says, "Be careful of every snake." That's right, isn't it? Be careful of the precipices, be careful of fire, and so on. All the danger signals, right? That's normal, healthy, sane. Where does it become abnormal? When the psychological factor enters into it, right? The psychological factor being, I must be terribly careful, worry about it, think about it, get anxious about it. So, the past evokes all these feelings, and there is fear of tomorrow, right?
Is the moment of recording very important?
That's what I want. The moment of recording the incident is the most important thing, whether we do it consciously or unconsciously.
How we record it.
How it is recorded.
What overtones of pleasure and
Or it may not be recorded at all.
Yes. Like walking in the street.
No, do understand this. It's quite interesting. Do listen. I mean, you don't mind my going on. I'm getting rather. You flatter me. That's a very pleasurable experience. Why should it be recorded at all?
You mean as
Do listen, sir. Do find out.
But how are you asking that, Krishnamurti? Because if you're saying there is a recording, an imprint on the brain cells of just the fact of whatever was said, or are you asking whether it's a sort of psychological overtone?
Both.
Because
Both. I'm saying not only recorded, but also psychological overtones. The two are involved.
but can we do anything about the actual?
I'm going to show. Wait. Go slowly. See these two facts. You flatter me. I hope you don't. You flatter me, and it's recorded. And then the psychological factors begin, right? Why should it be recorded at all? Watch it, son. That makes it personal.
Doesn't the mind record every fact? The brain record every fact?
I'm not at all sure.
Scientifically, apparently, we all have somewhere buried in our unconscious everything, the record of everything that happened.
Look, that may be different. Let's go slowly first. You see, you're all too quick. I'm not going to go racing after you.
And the two kinds of recordings which happen.
There are only one recording that's absolutely necessary. Self-preservation.
But then I put another kind on it.
Yes, that is psychological.
Yeah.
No, but the recording of fact may have nothing to do with self-preservation.
Is there any other factor, any other recording which is not self-preservation? If it is not, why should it be recorded?
We remember that we went to school.
Do listen, sir. Don't take the whole aspect, not particular. I'm asking, take a simple thing. You flatter me or you insult me. Why should it be recorded?
Why not?
Huh? No, why not? Look, I'm taking that one factor. Don't take all the other factors. There's that one factor. You insult me or you flatter me. Why should it be recorded?
Krishnaji, isn't that like saying there is a sound? Why do I hear it?
Yes, hear it. But why should it be recorded?
But
You're missing my point. You insult, you flatter me, right? That is an experience. Why should it be recorded?
I can't see from what position you're asking.
I'm asking why any experience should be recorded at all.
Because it's fact.
To use it in the future.
Neurologically, the body seems to do this, whether wrongly or rightly.
So we find certain experience must be recorded and others may not be recorded at all. And we're going to find out.
But can we?
I'm going to show it to you.
Is this in the psychological realm or the just plain physiological? Maybe that's not the right technical word.
Historical, you mean?
In other words, the brain cells store everything which our consciousness may or
I don't
may
know,
not.
may or may not.
Do we
Can we
decide?
determine?
Huh?
Do we decide in advance?
No, we're going to find out. Do go into this. You see, you're putting so many questions before investigating the first question.
I'm trying to see.
Look, you insult me. That is an experience. Why should that insult be recorded?
Well,
Even by the brain cells or psychologically?
I think there's
No, I'm sorry, I won't budge from this.
at once, because there is the fact of hearing whatever it is.
Yes, I hear you use certain words. You are a fool. Wait a minute, madam. You tell me I'm a fool. I hear it.
It's factual.
I hear the fact, words.
Yes.
And then that create neurological, psychological, all the rest, machinery going, and I say, no, you're wrong, I fight you. Or I accept it, and so on, so on. Why should it be recorded? If I am a fool and you tell me I'm a fool, I say, by Jove, that may be, let me look. Wait. And I say, yes, I'm a fool in that case, and finished. Why should it be recorded?
That's, to me at least, my understanding of that is the question on the psychological level.
Yes.
I can see that
I am doing both. We are doing both. I hear the fact that what you say, which is nerves and all the rest of it, and the psychological reaction to what you say. They both are involved in it. Huh? Both are instantaneous.
Yes. But are you asking whether both have to occur or whether only one has to occur?
I am asking whether recording need take place at all.
Both recording.
Both, of course.
Well, for example, so you remember that you went to school in England, for example, and yet that's not essential to your survival.
No, please, sir, stick to one thing. You're going off to something else.
Perhaps he's saying, sir, that memory cannot be ordered. You either remember or you don't.
No, sir. You're introducing other factors. Which
Those things that you mentioned are only recorded if they're not accepted or if they're not experienced totally. For example, if you say I'm a fool and I reject that, or if I fight against that, then there's this...
all the neurological,
stress,
psychological stresses, strains, and all the rest of it
If
happens.
you say the flower's red, and I say, okay, it's the end of it. You know, a week from now, there's nothing
Now, there it is. You don't record that over and over and over and over again. Its flower is red.
complete.
Finished.
But presumably that science seems to show that these facts which are not emotional or not have personal particular significance are nevertheless stored.
Ah.
in the brain.
In other words, he
The
can
minute-
remember.
Yeah, but they're
Isn't
finished.
it? Under the right
The minute
conditions, he
you
can
look at-
remember that you
Yes.
said the flower's red.
That the flower's red, it may have no significance at all to him that the flower is red.
So,
But it-
all right, look at it. Yes, it may have no significance because it doesn't hurt him or please him.
No, but it nevertheless is
It's recorded.
in the brain.
It's recorded. But look, that's a different thing. But here you call me a fool. Why should it be recorded? That's all my point.
Or why should it be remembered?
Why should it be remembered? All right, say, why should it be remembered?
That's more important than the
Same
recording.
thing, sir. If I record it, I'll remember it.
Because the recording is past, we can't control it.
Sir, I can't.
But the recall is perhaps what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking of both.
Emotional recall.
No, you refuse.
But the question is it automatically recorded or do we have a choice? in what-
No, I won't use the word choice.
Well, there's only one
Look,
question.
will you please try this? I call you a fool. Right? And then what happens? All the psychological overtones come in, right? And nourish the fact that I call you a fool. Right? So the thinking about it,
Well, interval is...
look, thinking about it gives to the fact roots. Right? And I say, why should it? If you call me a fool, I look at it. Instantly, I'm aware of it, whether it's true or false, and whether it's important or not important, and I go into it immediately, and it's over. Right? And the same thing with flattery. It's over. Can I do that? Can the mind be so alert, sharp, that when you call me a fool, I want to react. If I'm saying you are another, or you are worse, or something else, I watch it. I'm aware, both neurologically and verbally and all the rest of it, and all those psychological overtones involved, all the things involved in it. Finished. I won't let it enter. Right? Huh? So that the brain cells are not crowded with unnecessary remembrances, memories. Right? That's important. If my brain is overcrowded with 1,000 memories, it becomes confused. If I can eliminate which are not necessary, then it's lighter, fresher, younger. I don't know if... Right?
Are you saying that we can get rid of the whole stimulus response mechanism of the mind? In other words, if you call me a fool, that means whenever I see you, which is a stimulus, I will have a certain emotional response because of your calling me a fool. And this isn't necessarily something that I have control over. It's
oh, yes, you have. Oh, yes, you have. Not control. You can finish it. The moment I call you fool, right? You can be watchful. You can go into it immediately.
Isn't that the psychological action that we take with regard to facts? If, say, the clock strikes now,
I am sorry, I don't know about the clock, I don't know about anything. I'm only sticking to this one factor, that whether flattery and insult need be recorded at all.
As such.
I am only taking those two, it's good enough.
One thing that comes in here isn't that we have to consider whether it's a danger or not. If we said because
No. I know. No, it's not a question of danger. A question is, why should it be recorded? That's the... Sir, don't translate into danger or not danger. Why should flattery and insult be recorded?
It shouldn't.
Huh?
What can you do about
It shouldn't?
it? No, I don't see any use for it.
Therefore, how do I eliminate the recording of it? You follow the next question. If it is not if there is not useful, why should it be recorded?
It shouldn't, but how can you impede that?
Therefore, find out.
This may be going back just a little, but I don't see where you say it's not recorded. I've experienced like you say, somebody call me a fool, and seeing it in the moment right there for what it is.
That's right.
But this doesn't mean that I don't have this, I don't know this in a sense, not have it. I mean, I'm free from it. In that sense is where I'm not emotionally involved in it. I can see it, but this doesn't mean that it isn't recorded in that way.
He means he may not retain it neurotically, but he hasn't forgotten it.
It's like I know
There is no importance. It is not important.
So don't you determine whether it's an insult or flattery?
No, sir. Look, no. You call me a fool. It's an insult.
Why?
Because I have an image of myself.
Well,
Wait, watch it, sir.
That's your conditioning.
My image says I'm much more intelligent than that. So I'm hurt. Right? I don't like it. All the emotional, psychological stirrings go on. And I'm saying to myself, when you call me a fool, why can't the mind meet it completely and not, hold it and sustain it, nourish it, keep it thinking about it, am I right, is wrong, you follow?
Well,
Finished.
If you called me a fool and I did not accept it as an insult or as a flattery, and it was just simply you called me a fool, I would still record that, but I would not record it with as an insult or a flattery.
why you record is the word.
I just use the word
fool.
But
But why remember it?
But you're questioning that.
Why remember it?
What?
It
You're
happened.
questioning that too, as I understand it, unless I'm hopelessly...
I don't think he's questioning the historical remembrance of a fact.
I think he is.
I think he is. I think that's where
I think he's questioning the psychological overtones, the liking and disliking.
No, I think both.
That's
Now, to take both. Somebody has cheated me, right?
Through your interpretation.
No, wait, say, no. The fact, he has taken my money. Right?
Yes.
You have taken my money. That's a fact. That's recorded because I'm starving. Right? Why should I hate you? Which are all the emotional, you follow, saying all the rest of it. Why? It's a fact that you have taken my money, and there it is, I can't do anything about it, and I'm starving.
You're conditioned to respond.
The question is, do you remember that he took your money?
Huh? Of course, when I meet him, I know he's taken my money because I'm hungry.
Her question, she was saying, are you questioning the historical remembrance of the fact as well, or just the psychological feeling about it?
I'm asking both. So do investigate it, go into it. Don't say, am I this, am I that?
Okay, well then going to the example of flattery. Do you remember the historical fact of the flattery? Or do you...
Why are you asking me, sir? Why are you asking me?
Because it's difficult to understand.
He wants to find out what you're asking.
Are you...
Find out what you're saying.
Do you want to know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I will tell you very simply. You call me a fool, much better, not a fool. You have taken my money. That's a fact, because I'm starving. That's a fact. I meet you tomorrow. I don't call you a cheat. I don't get angry with you. I don't get... you follow? It's a fact. You have taken it away. I would like you to give it back to me. If you can't, if you are such a villain, you don't, then what am I to do? I have no money. You follow? So, the fact remains. All the psychological things involved in it are absent. Right? Right? Wait, that's one fact. Right? You have taken my money away and all the rest of it. Now, you call me a fool. Right? Which is quite different from taking money. Right? You call me a fool. Why should I hold on to it? You call me a fool. I see why you call me a fool, because I may have been a fool. I see the reason, all the rest of it, and finish with it.
You're not starving.
That's all. I'm sorry. I'm not starving.
Because in one case there's a consequence. There's a physical consequence.
Physical consequence.
One matters and one doesn't.
That, again, isn't that psychological? I mean, there is in both cases the remembrance of what you call the historical fact. X words were said. This is, or certain...
Now you see, no, I'm not at all sure. I won't accept it. Do watch it, sir. Do watch it a minute. Go into it.
Are you saying that only if it is a psychological something that has occurred, has psychological meaning, that this is not necessary to retain even the fact of
the words? That's all. See what is... Go into it. Watch it in yourself. You call me an ass. The word, I receive it, and I reject it. It has no meaning to me. Or may have a meaning, and I look at it very clearly. Finished. It hasn't even taken root into my brain. It's finished.
In order for that to happen, you have to completely get rid of your ego, the self-centeredness. Because when you call me a fool or something...
Therefore, look, so that's it. That's it. Stop. That's it. And not how. Just see the fact. What is involved. A great deal is involved in this marvelous mechanism of the brain. It must be, you have taken my money away, and this physically I am lost. You follow? That's a fact. And I meet you tomorrow, I say, yes, you have taken my money, I'm left, and I don't hate you, I don't get emotionally excited and say, oh my God, you are a villain, you are a scoundrel, you are this, you are that.
But the thing is all of our learning is based upon on pain or pleasure, and this has evolved ever since, from animals. And so instead of being an animal and feeling pain because somebody takes our food away, we feel pain because somebody takes our money away, because there's a transfer of conditioning there. And it is a conditioning, and so we can't, somebody takes our money away, that means they're taking our food away and they're causing pain to us.
Sir, yes, sir, that's simple enough. That is very clear what we have said just now. Need the words be even recorded?
But we'd have to get rid of pain.
We have to find this out right now. Isn't that true? I mean, we're basing all this on the past, on what has happened before. We have remembered it, but right now you're asking, can we, from this point on, can we not?
No, sir. No, sir. Why don't you try it, sir? I call you most awful name. Can you listen to it? Not let it enter very deeply. And not get tremendously worked about it. Or not even get worked about it at all. Receive it very lightly and pass it by. Why should it be recorded?
Doesn't it happen in life that all kind of trivial incidents just are not recorded at all?
That's it. I treat that as a trivial incident. I don't give a penny's weight for it. It's no value whether you call me a fool or a saint.
Neither psychological nor
No, not at all.
But it would still be recorded, just without value.
It may be or may not. That's irrelevant. I doubt it very much. Because, my God, if I every word, every insult, everything is recorded, the brain is a stupid thing.
But you have a large brain and we only use a small part of it.
No, yet then the large brain has some other thing than merely recording, or whether you call me insult, whether you call me a fool.
Krishnaji, isn't the action what we take out of our brains and use out of our memories, rather? In other words, there may be an enormous recall, or there may not. I don't feel competent even...
No, I am not concerned by the restrict. I call, do it now, that's what you're all theorizing. Do it, please. Do it. See whether I call you such an idiot. Whether you can listen to it and not enter it very deeply and psychologically get it involved, whether you can brush it off. Not because you think who am I to tell you all the follow of it, just to listen to it as a breath that comes, unpleasant or pleasant, and finish with it.
It's not that easy, though.
No. Why is it not easy?
Because I have to get rid of a whole bunch of...
No. You see, I am talking to you now of one idea, one word.
In order to look at that without any emotion or thinking about it, I have to get rid of the things that cause me to think about it.
No, sir. To be free of that word of insult or flattery, one has to be instantly take it, receive it completely, look at it, be aware of it, go into it immediately, finish with it.
What we record is the reaction to it.
The reaction, so all that, wipe it out like a bad smell. Or a good smell. So that the mind at the end of it is clear. Not burdened with 1,000 emotional memories. Oh, good God. Very interesting. Can I do the same fairly easy to throw away something which gives pain. That's fairly, I can wipe it out. Something that gives pleasure is much more difficult. You flatter me. Marvelous. You say all kinds of things to me. You may mean it or may not, that's not my concern. And I flower, I glow, I purr. Can I equally say, that's a bad, as I throw away bad smell, left it, and this also I do it. Right.
Does it mean that my memories would then only be, those will be conserved which are necessary just mechanically? Go to the bath.
A little more than that, sir.
How much?
You have you have that experience of what's taking place there. And we are working at it, unemotionally, not psychological overtones involved in it. We said, look, somebody has taken this money away, which belongs to this, and we are working. There is no emotional entanglement, hate, right? It's very simple. It's a fact we are dealing with. We are dealing with fact. The other side may not be dealing with facts. Now, if you brought emotional, psychological factors into it, you won't see it very clearly. You now see it objectively. And therefore quite honestly, without any hate, without any anxiety, you say, well, this is so. But if you brought all the psychology, you will be confused. Right? In the same way, to look at fear, look at insult and flattery, and without any entanglement.
Still, you brought in a little more. You said not only the psychological memory, but also the factual memory will disappear if it's trivial enough.
Of course. Your flattery and insult is, to me, personally, quite trivial. It has no meaning.
There's a certain gradation involved.
I'm not at all sure.
Can we at least say that it will disappear in the sense of having any cause and effect, any action, it will not...
Yes, all right, call it what you like. It has no importance. It has no importance. And therefore there hasn't been even a flutter. You follow?
It has no psychological meaning.
It has no meaning. Moment it has a meaning, then it becomes personal. You're my friend, you're not my friend, I like you, I don't like you. The whole ugly business begins.
But there's a certain judgment, a certain response, a certain something that happens at the time of that insult or flattery, something happens there.
Yes, I know. So why should it happen, that something?
What is that something?
Which is pleasure or pain. Excitement. Nervous, all kinds of things. Why should it happen?
In such a moment we're inclined to make a value judgment.
You see, because you have an image about yourself. I refuse to have an image about myself. Why should I have an image about myself?
Another thing is that judgment takes an effort. There's an effort involved, isn't
there? No.
You have an image
you
of
have to
yourself
recall
in order
it.
to hold all these things, in order to keep pleasure. The bigger image you have of yourself, the more of these pleasurable things.
Of course, if you have no image of yourself at all, it's like...
So no matter how miserable life is, you can always live in this past pile of images.
Exactly.
Both skeletons and the whole pile.
how are you going to decide if a fact is trivial or not? In other words,
Not decide, sir. There is no decision.
well, you said that certain but you said certain facts are which are trivial
No,
and forgotten.
no. I only deal with facts, not with images.
But you did say that certain facts, if they're
Because I have an
trivial,
image.
won't be recorded.
Because if I have no image of myself, when you call me a fool, why should it be recorded?
What if somebody calls you a fool enough? and-
Keep on repeating it. I say what a bore he is, and I go away.
Okay, so you have to have those facts recorded in order to come to the conclusion that he's a bore.
No. I say, you have told me 10 times, and I say, oh,
If
after
you
that.
forget every time, then you...
No, because sir, do be sad. I call you.
It's a psychological reaction being called that.
You're missing something. You're too intellectual. Sir,
What we remember is the...
Sir, you're all
attached
too-
to the event.
you're all too intellectual. You don't see it in yourself. That's what I'm getting at. It's a marvelous day. The light on those leaves, the hills, the sea, this blue sky, it's marvelous, it's full of life and joy. Finished. And I mean finished. And I can look at it again tomorrow, next minute, and you follow? I found something very interesting, right?
Yes, sir. But where does this bring us? We have
Wait.
all seen- We have all seen
No.
the futility and the stupidity
No, it
of
brings us to something very
recalling-
interesting.
Recalling psychological life in this.
So I said fear. I had pain yesterday. Very bad pain. Finished. It may come, may not come. We'll see when it comes.
So it's taking life as it comes.
And then don't you see. Now, of course not. It doesn't. You don't take it. It's only not you, sir. Silly asses take life as it comes. I refuse to take life as it comes. I say I had pain yesterday, very bad. Finished. Why should I be afraid of pain tomorrow?
He says, doesn't that mean taking life as it comes?
No, it means something entirely different. It means I am living not in the past at any time, which is quite different than take life as it comes.
It's like being blown in the wind for the direction.
You don't do it. If you did it, you would see extraordinary things take place. So here it is. All right, let's come back to fear.
Before we go on to fear again, when we all sit and we say yes, yes, yes.
That's why I don't.
And then what happens?
It's up to you.
So no, but you've got, no, it's not a decision. It's not a decision which is made at the moment of flattery. I shall remember this or I shan't. It's not up to volition. People don't remember these things because they want to or decide to.
No, because it remains.
Yes, well, then what is one to do about it?
You can't do anything about the past.
No.
Don't add to it. Leave it. It'll die. That is, if you say, look, I'm insulted, and it's very bad, why should it, etc., it's finished. You don't add to something. Add that to the bundle of memories that you have already.
That's easy enough for me to see, but then something happens, and I want to just see it and leave it, but the mind just
That's the point. That's where we're coming to. That is, I had pain yesterday, and I'm afraid it'll happen again tomorrow. Fear, right?
No, what I'm saying is like I have pain, okay, and I have in whatever consciousness I have right now what I know from our meeting yesterday about pain and about how thought will...
Yes.
Okay, and then I see this, but then right at the same time already thought's working on it. It's going, I'm thinking about it and creating it.
That's what we're saying, sir. Thought creates...
Okay, at that moment when I'm sitting there and the thought's coming in and here it all is.
Yes, what are you trying to say, sir?
Well, there it's happening and I can't...
They don't happen. I'm going to show you now. Let's go into it a little bit. Don't you want to take a breath?
This is a break.
We were discussing fear. Fear, something might again happen. And we also discussed fear, which is physical, intelligence and fear. We said those are two different things, right? Need I go into all that again? We don't. Right. Fear. That is, an incident took place yesterday, and I don't want it to repeat it again tomorrow, and therefore I'm frightened of it, that being repeated. We see that fear is caused by thought, right? As pleasure is sustained by thought, that is, I see this marvelous day, the beauty, the loveliness, the clarity, the perfume, the joy, and the intoxication of it, and I want to repeat it again tomorrow. The repetition, the demand for its repetition, the demand is sustained by thought. That's all. Right? Thought breeds both pleasure and pain. Gives it a continuity to that which I've called pleasure, to that which I've called fear. Right? That's fairly clear. Now what am I to do with thought? Right? Why does thought do this? Knowing that if I continue seeking pleasure, there's always the shadow of pain behind it. Right? It knows it. And yet I keep on doing that. And I also mind keeps on saying, oh, fear, how dreadful, it's dark, it's ugly, what am I to do? It's going to develop courage, resist. You follow? Why does thought do this at all? What do you say?
Thought is incapable of seeing the unity of the two. Thought itself is incapable of seeing the unity of this sameness of pleasure.
Why? But thought has done this. Thought has broken this up. I'm asking why thought is always doing this. Giving a continuity to pleasure and also to fear. Why?
What produces a thought?
Yes. What produces it? What produces thought? Are you asking? Oh, that's very clear. I had terrible pain and I don't want it to happen again. The pain itself, the experience of pain and the recording of that pain gives birth to thought. The recording does it.
We're back then to this.
That's all, which is the computer. Right? I've had pain, full stop. Very bad pain. And that's the end of it. It's finished. No, we can't do this.
But if it were finished, why would thought arise?
Because it's never finished. We don't end any experience.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Why don't find out, so why don't we? War. 15,000 wars in the last 5,000 years. You know so what it means? 2.5 or 3 wars every year. And yet we're going on. Why haven't we learned? Why don't we see the danger of it? Nationalism, all the rest, class division, my country, my God, your God, my belief, your belief. You follow? Why?
We would have to give away or give up images that we have of ourselves. This would be fearful in itself.
No. Why do you have images at all, sir? Not give up. Don't give up anything. Then it'll come back to you in a different color.
See, to me there should be some other factor to thought because animals like dogs or cats or something have pain, but they don't sit around thinking about it. So there must be something peculiar to human beings
which is what? Which is we are thoughtful human beings.
Well, why would a human being have thought and the other animals not?
The animal lives from day to day. It doesn't say, my God, I'm going to have pain, my grandmother is going to leave me. I'm asking why does thought take this form? You must think, surely. I must think very clearly. When I go to my home, I must watch the road, traffic, you follow? The whole thing I must... No, are you not coming into it? Yes, I mean, I'm saying thought is necessary, right? Absolutely necessary. The more objectively, more sanely, more rationally you think, the better it is. But here, why does the thought come into this factor at all? It only complicates the thing, you follow? Makes the thing a conflict, you follow all that. Why? Why does it do this?
Sir, when you were talking about recording something, using an insult as an example, and you said that if you have an image or a tradition that you take into the situation that reacts, that demands that you do something about the insult, well, then this results in your projecting a picture of the
Yes,
thing you
all
have to
right.
do
Yes,
something
sir.
about. So this is the recording. So it's the image or the tradition that demands a recording in a sense. So that's behind the recording. And then you ask why form the image or why...
So there are two things involved, isn't that? Look, sir. Can I receive the insult or flattery and finish with it immediately?
Not if I feel I have to do something about
it. My question is that, can I finish the insult and the flattery immediately, wipe it out? That's one factor. Then I have had pain. And finish with it. Why should I think about it tomorrow?
Why should you or why do
Why should I think about it at all? It's over. I am going to listen. I am married. I may die, so I have to have insurance. Right? I have to think about it. It may be necessary as the societies, etc., made. I have to insure for the sake of my wife and children. I can't say, well, that incident is over. So there are, and so on, so on. So here is a very simple factor. I see the marvelous day, the beauty, this, and why should I think about it tomorrow, wanting to repeat it? Why can't this beauty of it finish? I can go on repeating this. Unless you go into it yourself, you won't go any further than this.
Isn't it that thought is divided?
Why does it divide?
It's divided against itself.
Why?
Memory and thinking.
Yes, sir, why? It may be the very nature of thought to divide. Thought may be the factor of division. You heard it? And therefore thought may be the factor of conflict. I divide, you an American and I Russian. And then we fight. So thought may be inherently, in itself, a dividing factor. And therefore bringing about conflict. Right? If I love you and you love me, there's no factor. Love is not thought. And so I won't enter into that for the moment. It's only when I have an image about myself and you have an image about yourself, then the whole hideous mess begins. Can this image building come to an end? And it can come to an end only when I see the beauty of the day, and that's enough. When I hear you flatter me and see it, finish with it, or insult, finished. There is no image at all then.
What's the state of a mind that has no images after a
Ah, you'll find out. I'm going to tell. What's good if you're asking me?
Well, that's what I was asking you yesterday. Every once in a while, one seems to come to the point when the thing stops and there's this anxiety, and then you...
It is not then anxiety exists only why? I'm anxious that what has been shouldn't be repeated. Or I'm anxious what has been should be repeated. And same thing.
And thought continues anxiety. The minute you're aware of it and you think about it, the anxiety will continue.
Of course. So what shall I do? What shall thought do with itself? Knowing, see extraordinary thing, knowing it must record, knowing it need not record and must not record, right? Trivial, whether you insult me or not, who hell cares, anyhow. Knowing also, thought gives a continuity, and thought divides, and thought, because it divides, there is conflict. So it says, my God, what am I to do? Right? You insult me, I bear the grudge. You flatter me, I remember it. You say, you follow? You go on and on and on. So, at the end of the thing, I say to myself, as thought says, what am I to do? I see the pattern. I repeat this pattern over and over and over again.
It doesn't have to say that.
Ah, yes, it has to. What am I to do? What is thought to do? Just to kill itself? Repeat a mantra?
It can't do anything.
You don't put that yet, my friend. Don't say it yet. So man has seen this. You follow, sir? So he says, I must control thought. No, don't brush it aside, sir. Don't say you're too young for it. Don't say, you know how many million years have said control thought? And controlling thought is meditation. And Mr. Yogi comes along and says, I'll give you a mantra and repeat it, and your mind will be quiet. Of course it will be quiet. It will be dull, dead mind. Or take the drug, it will tranquilize you and you'll see everything. You'll see much more. And so on. Man has played with this for 10 million years. So I'm not going to bring in any cliches, right? Any slogans, any escapes. Here is a fact. Thought does all these things. Control means conflict. You follow?
Control means
conflict, of course. Because thought says, I must control this everlasting movement about nothing. And in doing that, it has to suppress, it has to control, it has to resist, which creates the division between itself and that which it wants, right? And therefore conflict, and back again. So you come around, tell me, repeat these words, Sanskrit words, because that's supposed to be mysterious. Repeat these words, and I repeat it, and there it is. I won't put the question because that's perhaps too abrupt a question, which is the mind can be quiet ever. Not through repetition, not through mantras, drugs, control, subjugation, and all the rest of the hideous struggle. And so we have come to that point, right? Now what are we going to do? You follow that involves something else, which is, I have a habit of scratching my head. I'm taking a silly habit. I don't, but I'm taking that as an example. Scratch or twiddle with my fingers, do this, that. Can I stop it immediately without effort? If I can't do that, I can't, the much more complex problem, I can't be able to deal. If I can't keep still, sit quiet for 2 minutes without fidgeting, you follow? How can I look at a tree quietly? You following what I mean? So they say, learn to sit quietly. You follow? Sit in this position, lotus posture, whatever it is. Sit quietly. You know why you should sit straight? You know what the lotus posture is? Have you ever done it? Crossing your legs, sitting this way. Do you know why they advocate that? Because your head is then straight. Your back is straight. The blood can flow easily into the brain, that's all. Nothing mysterious. You can do that lying down. So can you sit quietly for 2 minutes without any movement? Not force it, not drill it, not, So what shall we do from there? Where are we now? Is it time?
25 past 12.
I think we better stop, don't you?